Hello, everyone. Welcome to Take Two Tuesday. We're off to a good start today, this week. We had no outages on Facebook like last week, and all the electronics are currently cooperating, so off to a good start, on time here at 10. Let me give you, first my name. If you guys don't know me, my name is Ken. I am one of the owners here at the Stamps of Life along with Stephanie Bernard. We have been in business since 2009, and I do a little episode once a week called Take Two Tuesday. What we're going to do is we are going to take a look at some items from the past that are from the Stamps of Life. Today I have a folded die set and then a combination of a stamp set and die set. And we'll take a look at some samples from there. Let's see, what else do we have going? We'll look at those. And so the premise of that is if you're new to the Stamps of Life, these items might be also new to you, so we'll give you a chance to take a look at something maybe you haven't seen before. And then for those of you who already have these stamps dies, folded card making dies, you might be encouraged or inspired to get them back out again and use them. So that's the goal, to use some of the items you already have, with it being in mind that many of the items Stephanie makes, they work with the new items too. So you can mix and match a lot of things that we have. So we hope you do that. And that just makes the collection of the items you have from us more valuable. So dig down deep. You know, it's probably buried back down there at the bottom of the closet, but you might have some of these, and I'll bring those out here pretty soon, okay? Let me check in with you guys on the chats here. I see a bunch of people on YouTube. Great. So hi, Shelby and Diane and Dina and Cheryl and Bonnie and Rhoda and Antoinette. I see you were here, I think, with us last week. Diane and Arla, welcome everyone. Let's see what else is new. We've been having nice, wonderful weather out here this week, so I'm enjoying that. Kind of getting our spring going on. A little bit early start. It's cool, but no rain, so that is good. And let's see what else. Okay, if you are in the Southern California area, I want to remind you that next Monday we will be having a store day. We're in South Orange County, so about halfway between San Diego and Los Angeles, and just right off the freeway. So if you want to come by or you want to bring some friends, that's going to be Monday. We'll open at 9 a.m. and we'll close about 2 p.m. So give you about 5 hours for some fun shopping. And it just it's good to get out. And then when you come to the store, you see all the awesome card samples and all that stuff. So it could be a fun day for you. Bring a friend. If you're a club member, you get club prices all in the store. And yeah, let's see the rest of our rundown today. I'm going to look. Last week was my birthday, and a lot of you sent me a bunch of cards. So I'm going to show off a few of those cards here at the beginning. Then we'll look at the items we're featuring today. And then kind of towards the end, we'll do I call it the good news section. This week we have a fun little video that I didn't find myself, but I heard from another program, and it's kind of a funny story, but something good to send us off with. Good news, something encouraging as we finish up the show and we go on into our week. And then I will have a little section of Bible study at the very end. So I hope you want to stick around for that, but I just wanted to give everybody a heads up. We'll be reading in Matthew chapter 6, and it's verse 9 through 13. And it's the Lord's Prayer. So we'll talk about that for a couple minutes, and yeah, then we'll be all done. So let's get going. Again, happy to have all of you here. And if you are watching this and you jump in late at some point, don't worry, it's recorded and we upload it to Facebook and YouTube. You get to watch it all again later at a later time. So let's get going. All right. So first I want to break out all the cards that were sent with me, and I'll go through these pretty fast. And I'll show off the samples over here. Let me check to see. I think my picture-in-picture is going to work today. Yep, there I am. So we will move over to our little camera there. And I'll try to say the names and show the card real fast. And we'll crank through these. Again, thank you all so much for remembering me. That's very kind of you. Had a nice quiet birthday. We got together. We did it. Stephanie and I went out for dinner, and then also with Katie. Katie went with us. And then on Saturday, we had some family over, and it was a good time. All right, this one is from Gail. She's in Southern California. Gail sent me that one. This is from Kathy. She is from, oh, I'm having a hard time, from Ohio. Kathy in Ohio. And I recognize that last name, so thank you, Kathy. Is my table a little bit crooked? What's going on there? I gotta try to fix my camera. Something's up. There we go. Straighten it out a little bit. Okay, that should be better. And this card is from Dawn in New Jersey. Thank you, Dawn. That's a nice card. And this is from Bonnie, and she is in Michigan. I do like donuts, Bonnie, just so you know. So that's great. I like that card. This card is from Jill, and Jill is also in New Jersey. So a couple friends from, I think you have New Jersey, Ohio, Michigan, California, all over the country here. This is from Brenda in Brenda's Pennsylvania. Yep. Thank you, Brenda. She sent me a nice little folded card there. I think that was from one of our classes or a kit. And let's see, there are a bunch, so bear with me, but I want to make sure everybody gets their chance to be on here. This is from Teresa in, looks like Ohio. Teresa in Ohio. Thank you, Teresa. Elizabeth. Oh, they marked over your stamp, but this is from Elizabeth. I can't see where it's from your return address, but thank you, Elizabeth. That's cool. Happy birthday. Step Up. We just worked with this one last week. This is from Cindy in South Carolina. And she gave me a nice note. And you can go like that, or you can also pop it down. Cool. About 5 more or so here. This one is from, I think it's Terry. She's just got her, yep, from Terry. Birthday wishes. Thank you, Terry. And from Carlon. She's got a little scene card there. That's a cool card. I like that. A couple more birthdays. Flip It. This is a rectangle. Oh, no, this is the Triple Z. I just added some of these to our shelves. This is from Debbie. I think it was Arizona. Debbie, thank you. And you can see how that one pops open. So cool. And this is from Mandy. Thanks, Mandy, for the nice card. Whoops. I'll take that note off there. And that kind of spins around there in the middle. You can give it a little flip. Wind it up. Oh, no. It came off. I will have to fix that. Thank you, Mandy. And 2 more. I got a party card here. Looks like a gatefold type card. And that is from Sally in Illinois. And then our last one is from Elle, and she is in New Mexico. New Mexico. A happy birthday card for me. Awesome, you guys. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. It's nice of you all to remember me on my birthday. And it's fun to see all the fun cards you make. So that's really cool. Everybody has their extra talents and gifts in the different styles. So it's always fun to see that, just the creativity of all of you. So awesome. All right. So again, one more birthday down, and I appreciate the cards. Thank you so much. All right, let's get going with our items today. The first ones we will take a look at. This is called stephiedoll. Let me see. I'm supposed to have some slides over here. I should have had this running. Give me 1 second. All right. I think that's the one we want. Nope, nope, nope. Almost. And now it's not working. Come on now. Let's see what's going on here. I thought everything was going to cooperate today. Now we have some surprises. So let's see what we can do here. Try that one. I'm not sure which one I have. That's the problem. Yep. Oh, I did. I got the right one. So this is called stephiedoll, and there is a stamp set and a die set that they coordinate together. And I forgot to bring these up on the website, but let's take a look. I will find those real quick. So you just go to the stamp slot. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention as we go on to the website, if you're a club member, you always want to, number one, make sure that you log into your account. And that way, whenever you shop, you get your club discount, and you see all the club prices, so you see the real prices that you'll pay. Anyhow, I'm going to move that over here. Let's see if we can get to the website. If you haven't done this yet, last week when it was my birthday, an email was sent to me, and there was a little bonus surprise. Now, let's see, where am I? It didn't qualify for me, but this gift would qualify for you. So you definitely want to sign up for this. So anyhow, what you want to do, make sure all of you can hear me. And yeah, it looks like everything's going good. All right. Let's see. So on our website, you're going to go up to right there where it says My Account. And you want to go ahead and click on that. Probably most of you have done this, but if you haven't, I want to make sure you do. You're going to go to My Account, and let's see if that pulled up. There it goes. And then you go over to this side here, My Account, and you're going to go to Account Information. And so you see there's my name and my birthday. So if you have not added in your birthday yet, you want to make sure you do that, because I know every year there's going to be something sent out to you, and that little something you're going to want. So if you haven't signed up for that yet, make sure you do that. You just have to enter your month and date. They don't ask for a year, which is nice, right? And so a reminder to do that, okay? If you haven't done it yet, you'll be happy you did. And so when it was my birthday last week, I did get a little reminder from the Stamps of Life saying happy birthday, and there was a little surprise. So make sure that you get that, all right? Let's go back over to our shopping area. Did that make sense to everybody? See if anybody had any questions. Let's see. It looks like it's okay there on Facebook. All right. Yeah, I know some of you know we are moving, so we've got a big week this coming up week. We do plan on having Crafting Corner on Thursday night. We'll have to make sure all the electronics are working at the new place, the internet and all that kind of stuff. It should. If we have any problems with that kind of stuff, we'll just do it from our old location. So either way, the show might go on. We might be falling asleep during the episode. We might be so tired, but we're going to try and give it our best. We enjoy doing those and spending the night with you, and it's always fun to have Stephanie craft, because you know all the wonderful cards she makes and all that fun stuff, and we just chat and have some fun. So that is still the plan. All right, so back over here on the website, let's see, we are looking for stephiedoll 4. And I type that in, and it should pull our stamps and dies up. There's our stamp set. And make sure I have the right count. So it comes on a 4x6 sheet, a plastic sheet, and that's 4 inches by 6 inches. And there's going to be 8 stamps on there. There are a lot of other stephidolls, like obviously stephiedoll 1, 2, 3. This is 4. I think it goes up to 6. But there is also a matching die for it. And you can see the card samples. And I might have some of these here with me today. They're fun samples to look at. So it might give you some ideas how you could use yours. So it's kind of water themed, but you can see how you can also use it in different ways too. I like that one. And back here, we'll see a lot of these floaty items today. I will talk about those in an upcoming episode, maybe when we get a little bit closer to summer. But you'll see a lot of those today. But if you're interested in those come from a stamp set and die set called Floaty to Stamp. And you will see that on several of the cards we look at today. And a couple more here. And there you have that. And then if you want to see the dies, you would just click on here, Steffi Doll 4 dies, excuse me, and you get 6 dies, and the largest one, the Steffi Doll, would be about 4 inches by 2 1/4. So these would be nice on not just cards, but you could also use them on scrapbook pages if you like. So, and maybe you have just some paper crafts, or I know the boys, every once in a while when they come to our house, they like to cut out the Little Peeps characters, and people like this. It's fun. They mix and match them using, like we do here, solid colors or pattern papers, and they have a fun time with that. So just for, if you have kids or grandkids who you want to get them into die cutting just for fun, it seems like they like people and critters. So this might be a good one. Stamps and dies. Let's look at the samples. And I'm back. Sorry about that. Somebody tried to call me. I guess they don't know I'm doing a live show right now. And the phone says, okay, we're just going to try to take this call, and everything else freezes. So I'm back. Nothing bad really happened. It just, I'm using my phone as also my camera. And obviously you can't do everything all at the same time. I'm going to have to figure out how to block calls. I haven't had calls come in yet like that. So let's look at our samples. And these are from our design team. Oh, and you can see the stamps. This set is back from July of 2020. So about 4 years ago, this collection was originally released. And we will switch over to our little table again here. And some of these you might have seen when we were going through the website, but even in person or on a video like this, they look even better than just on the page on the website. That's still a little bit low, so let's see if I can fix that up. A little bit. Nope, too much. All right, that's pretty good. And I'll back it up just a tad. That should fit. All right, there's one there. See if there's anything extra. This is just using an A2 base card on there. And it looks like it might have a rounded type on the front. Again, we've talked about it before, but the A2 basic die set, if you don't have one of those, you really want to get one. It'll create this A2 card, which is one you will use over and over and over again. You'll really find lots of uses, and they're so fast to make and quick and easy. This looks like it might have a banner die on the front with it. No, I should say on the back. This is called the pocket banner. And I know on our website, the pocket, what is it? Pocket Hugs to Stamp just came back in stock. We had, somehow I missed that one, and it was not available for a while on the website, but Pocket Hugs to Stamp is back. And that was a die set that kind of coordinated with it. Oh, here's one that has lots of cute stuff on there. That's probably Cookie to Stamp. We still miss Cookie. Yeah, poor Cookie. But fun one there. And this is, looks like Fancy Frame Flip It with the circle in the center. Nice one. And you get a little bit of the interactive motion on that. We're back to the A2 style, using your just basic die. This one has lots of bright, pretty colors. And then dressed up as a little ballerina. A couple more here. I see just a little Steffi doll poking out there in the ocean. And this is, I believe, the basic. This is a stand-up. I believe it's called the basic stand-up. And that just gives you a little more interest in that too. You can layer, you can have your different levels. So here they've done some beach items. This kind of card works with so many different themes. You can mix and match what you want to add there on the side. It's really fun. All right, those are our samples. We'll do a couple die cuts here. And let me put those in there. I did practice with this one a little ahead of time and cut a few items. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and break out the dies here on this one. And I'll show you what I had done before. We'll go ahead and run the Steffi doll through. And this would be the type, again, where you, with this inside die, you're going to be able to paper piece. Let's see if I can get it. So I was told, I don't have one with me, but that when you have the paper piece, it makes it a lot easier if you have the kiss cut pad. So when you paper cut or when you do the paper piecing and you have lots of little pieces like this, they're just going to go all over the place. And if you saw my episode last week, I was a little bit larger die that I used, but when I cut it and I wanted to put it back together, it was hard to find all the different pieces and put them back together. So when you have the kiss cut, it doesn't quite cut all the way. It leaves them kind of together, and so that's helpful. So if you have a kiss cut pad and you have an intricate die like this, that's good news. And then you have the shadow. And I will cut the shadow. So you would cut the shadow and then you'd stamp on it and then you can decorate. I don't see, let me see if there's any that were paper pieced here. So here's an example of one that does have some paper piecing on it. So you can see the hair. There's some layers there for the hair. Looks like the body's all the same. The outfit. So that's how in order to get the different colors, if you ran it, you'd have to run it through with a pattern paper and then a color for the skin tone, whatever you want for the doll to be. So let's give it a try here. I will move over to my little table. I'm going to turn off that one. No, not that. See if this works. Nope, that's not good. Hold on one second. Got some music playing here that shouldn't be playing. Okay. And I see my table's kind of lit up over there. That's good. A little bit dark, so I'm going to try to lighten that up too. Let's go ahead and switch to our table. And I'm moving over mics. I think that should be picking up okay. Now what I did ahead of time, this camera might wobble a little bit, but it will help us out if we brighten up the scene here a little bit. So hang on one second. So everybody can see a little better. And that should help. Okay, that looks better. All right, so we have the paper pieces in here, and I'll show you what happens when we cut that die out, what we get. I did work ahead of time and do some things just for fun. I went ahead and did the inner tube just to see what kind of different colors I could get. I did some foil paper and glitter paper, and I cut with the outside here and the shadow part, and then the inner tube. I didn't see any cards that I came across where the shadow was being used, but maybe if you want to lay it on like sand or in the water or something, you could use it to be a little more decorative. But when it goes around the doll, you see it would just be right there. It fits right over that. So you can interchange and mix and match. It would go right in behind her, and then that way you can make it look like she's in the tube. Let's see, what else did I do? I did some pattern paper so lots of different options. However you want your inner tube to look, you could just go pattern paper all the way, easy. Some foil, glitter. And I'm just using a lot of scrap items that I have around here. You've probably seen me use some of these colors in the past. And I said, well, I have these extra little sheets of scrap paper. I might as well use them. And you can see what you can come up with. It's pretty simple and pretty easy. And again, I also did the same thing with the shadows. And you just crank out a whole bunch of them, you can make a big variety, and you can get really decorative with that. So let's go ahead and run our die through. And we'll use kind of like this is a little bit of a tan color. There in the corner. And so on just a little bit of an angle, and my platform is straight. I should go. Yesterday when I was doing this, oh wow, there was one that I ran through and it was not lined up right, and it's squeaked so loud. I was like, ooh, I'm glad I didn't do this live because it was crazy loud. And let's see what we get there. So you can see how it cuts all the different little pieces, and this one's staying together pretty good here. But if you want to get different colors, if you want to mix and match here, you could take if you do another color, you could get different color hair and outfit. Let's do just the outfit part. We'll use some pattern paper I have here. Make sure that's all straight. And I feel that my cutting pads here are starting to bow a little bit, so I'm going to have to pay attention and make sure that I'm flip-flopping them around, and like Stephanie recommends, to even them out. So I can see this one's bubbling up a little bit. I'm going to make sure this one is on top for a bit, and there we go. Hopefully by rotating them, flipping them over, it will cause them to be usable for a longer amount of time. And I think I'm going to make sure everything's going okay here. I think you guys can hear me. Good, good, good. Okay, so that one, and it cut out the whole piece there. Now if I just want might need a little bit of scissors here. Forgot to bring my glasses today, so the scissor cutting might not be that great, but let's give it a try. So say I just want this part here where we don't want her arms to be all purple. There. And of course, if we're spending time and working with this, we could make it look really nice. I'm just trying to show you real quick how this goes. There. And so since you get these different pieces, you just add that to the top. Then you have your doll, and she can have a different color for her swimsuit. So super easy, right? So easy. You can pick any color that you want the doll to be. Now, just like we did the dress here, you could change her hair color, or yeah, so you can just get real good with that. You could give her some eye colors, some face colors, different, mix and match, all that fun stuff. So that's easy to do. And then if you keep doing it multiple times with different colored papers, you're going to be able to make multiple dolls too. So hope you like that one. All right. So that was Stephie doll number 4. Oh, yes. I see the A2 Basic might be out of stock. I know Stephanie has that on order, and we'll be getting more in. There are other options for the A2 cards bases. Let me see what they are right now. We have lots of A2 card die sets. Oh, what do we want? We don't want it to say A2 when let's see. How would I search for that? Because there's so many things that are A2. Let's see what we have over here on this for card dies. See what kind of options we get. Let's see. I'm just going to type in A2 card base and see what happens. So you'll have to scroll around and you'll see that there are lots. Okay, here I did get to the right page. Oh, hang on, let me bring this up. Again, the basic A2 is out, but Stephanie will be getting that back in real soon. And I can switch over here and I'll show you. So I typed in A2 card base. This one is the one that's the most basic, that is, whoops, is sold out right now. It's the newest one, but these ones are just the same. They have the same outside base. These cards do. Not this one here, but this one here with the swirl. You can use it with this frame or you can use it without. So you can have the decorative part, or it can just be a plain A2 card. You have the different options with that. Same thing with the flower and vine, the dragonfly. These are just A2 card bases. So you see them all decorative and fancy, but you don't have to make them that way. You can use, let me show you the die. So you see the die there, this inside panel right here with all the leaves and flowers, that pops out. So you can make the card with the vine and flowers, or you can make it without. So you have different options to do. So those will still work, but you get the extra goodies with them. We just introduced, excuse me one second. Now we just introduced these, the basic style, just last month. So that is something you might be seeing more of those in the future. But since you can't get it right now, there are some other options. And there's like a round, excuse me, a rounded corner A2 base card die set there. And then you have like the decal edges. A few different options on those. But it looks like those first ones were the best. All these are A2 card bases, but if you see these first two up here at the top, or three, the swirl A2, the flower vine, and the dragonfly, they'll all make just, they can be used just like the basic one here. All right, I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, let's go on to our next item. That's off, good. And I'm gonna change my little titles over here. And that's me, in case you don't know, Ken from the Stamps of Life. If you're just joining us, welcome, and I'm happy to have all you here. We just finished up looking at stephiedoll 4 stamps and dies, and we are going to go on to something that kind of can be used with it. It's called the slimline. It's a slimline die, but it's also a foldit, and it is a pool. So let me grab that for you, get these ones cleaned up and out of the way a little bit. If I try to stay a little bit organized, it helps me later on. So I will try to do that. Let me see if I had any questions. Everybody's doing good, I think. Yep, search card bases. I typed in, again, A2 card base, and it's going to give you a ton because it's going to show you everything that's A2. And of course, we have different designs that have A2, and then there's foldits. But the basic ones come up at the top. And the main one is, the newest one is sold out, but then if you saw those other options, several of those right at the top of the page work as a regular A2 card base, okay? All right, the next one is I thought it was slimline. I'm sorry, it is 5x7. It's a 5x7 pool folded die set. And let me show you some samples from that. First I'll look for it on the website. I don't know why I thought it was slimline. It kind of looks slimline, right? It's a little bit wider, but it's actually 5x7. So sorry about that. For you slimline fans, this is a 5x7. So hopefully we have some people out there who like larger cards. Whoops, my typing is not too good here. What am I doing? There we go. So I just type in pool. This is also from, nope, wrong one. This is from July of 2020 as well. So the summer of 2020, we released this. And you just type in pool on our website and it's going to find it. Let's take a look at that. Whoop. I keep turning. There we are. So the folded die set, it has just two dies. The one large die which will be folded part. And then you'll have your, actually the pool here that will kind of cover it. We'll do this one real quick. It's super easy. So 2 dies, it'll make a 5x7 card there. There are ways to mix and match. So you could have just a solid pool color if you want, or if you want to have like something decorative on the top and a solid, or vice versa, you can do that too with this one. And let's look at our samples. All right, some good ideas from our design team. That one also has our little rubber duck on there. Neat idea. What else do we have? Whoops. Here's with one of our Steffi dolls. And there by itself, that one's got a lot of bright colors. That's using our well-to stamps and dies added to that one. So all kinds of different things you can do with this one, mix and match. You can really go crazy with it because it's really easy to do. When I show you, you'll be super surprised. Let me move back over here. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and, samples first. Let's take a peek at those. All right, this one features Steffi doll 2, if you want to know. So again, if you are on our website, you can just type in Steffi doll. How does that keep getting crooked like that? I don't know. Come back. All right, that's pretty good. So that has Steffi doll 2. It has our pool 5x7 dies, and what else is on there? I think that's flamingo to stamp. No, floaties to stamp. So I talked about that a little bit earlier. I will be showing that off probably in the next couple months. Here's that card we saw with the rubber duck in the pool. Now here's an example of how you have an option. Oh, I can't quite get all of that in there. It's a big card. You can make the folds. Let's see. With the foldits, you can make your fold like that, so it opens to the top. Or you can have your fold on the side. Look at that. It opens this way. So a couple different options that you can do with the foldits. That works, I think, with all of them. This one, I think our stamps and dies are retired on this one. But that has our pool fold in. I think these were called Summer for Fun or Island to Visit. Yeah, Island to Visit was the palm trees. So I don't think we have that one anymore. That is a retired item. And here's, again, we're going to see a bunch of these with the floaties. And some of these floaties might have come from one of our card kits. And the dies, or the card kit had a pattern paper pad in it where you could just cut those dies out real quick. Or the art was already done. You just had to cut it out with your die. So that made it very easy. And if you are I wanted to mention, if you are a Card Kit Club member, we will be shipping out your card kit this Friday. Friday is the 15th, and we usually charge on the 15th, and most of the time we ship pretty close to the 15th, unless it lands on a weekend. So if it's a weekend and it's the 15th, we would ship out on the Monday coming up after that. But this week, if you're a Card Kit Club member, the kits are all packed. They're all stuffed out in the warehouse area back there. Maria cranked them all out, taped them up, closed them. They're ready to go. Now, if you didn't know, this month's card kit did just sell out a few days ago. So you can't get the February kit, but you might as well get signed up now if you're not in the club yet, and that will get you ready for the shipment that will go out Friday. So a few of you, it would probably be a very few, might get your shipment on Saturday, and you'll be ready to make cards this weekend, which that would be fun, right? So I hope that happens. All right, we move over and do a couple more die cuts over on our little workstation. If you're wondering, I am using the Spellbinders. This is the Platinum, the larger one. I think it's the Platinum. It's like an 8.5 inch machine, and it works really good for me. And there's a smaller size machine, and then we have all the Gemini midis, and we have a big selection of machines on our website. They're all great. I think those are only available for club members. So make sure if you're a club member and you want to see the machines that we have, and you do get your club discount on all the machines, they're on our website. So check those out if you need a machine, all right? Hi, Gloria and Jan. I say hi to some people maybe just that I didn't see earlier. Bonnie, I think you sent me a card there that I took a peek at earlier, so thank you. Great. Oh, let's see. Yep. Okay, everybody looks like we're doing good. Okay, let's move over to our table here, and we will check this out. Just got to make sure that I switch my mic so we don't get any echo. I think that should work. Okay, great. Now, let's see, what did I do with this one? I had made some cards earlier, so let's see. Not that set. Where's my other ones? So to give you an idea, I had just used a couple different colors. And prior to this, when I was just playing around with this die set a little bit on my own, I ran through a pattern paper, and then I did a solid. And just to give you an idea, you can do anything you want here. So now if I want it to be that way, I have that side. And so you can get a variety of looks there. Of course, you don't want the back of your card. You probably want the back of your card to be blue. It's something that looks water, so it fills in that. But I was just grabbing out some cardstock that I had on hand. So let me show you real quick how to, we'll cut the card base. Last week we did a fold it, but I didn't do the full fold it. So I'll kind of rotate in and out on these with you. And so if you're new here and you've never seen how a fold it works, it'll give you an idea how we can do that. So you're going to want to take your cardstock and fold it just right in half like that. And if you have a block like this, you can just kind of score it with that. Or if you have a score tool, you can score it because you want that to be nice and flat. And then I'm going to take the larger die from this set. And I'm just going to, you'll see right here, see if I can get that to show up. Right here, it's going to say, place the fold here. So there's one option if you want the fold to be on the top. And it also will say that on the side. So you have two different options where your fold can be. I'm going to do the top. And in order for this to work, to be a fold it, your die has to go off just a little off the edge. There has to be just a little gap. So you see how I have a little gap right here at the top? That's going to make it so the card, if I do it like this, it's just going to cut two pools out. They won't be connected. They won't be folded. So you want your die just to go just a tiny bit over. We'll run that through the machine. I got to get this centered because the die is so big. If I'm not completely on the platform, it's not going to work too great. Got my top plate, my bottom plate, the die on top of the cardstock. The cardstock's folded in half, so it's going to give us that folded card. Hoping this is lined up. I hear a little bit of squeaking, but not too bad. Run that through. Since I need a little area to work, I'm going to bring this all back over here. See if I did this right. So there you have the base, the fold of my card. Now, just for the sake of time, I'm going to use this piece that I had cut before. This is odd because what happens when we do the fold it, we get a straight edge there. And that doesn't look right. We want to have a little bit of curve, and we want our pool to look kind of curvy. Let's see if I have this correctly. Yeah. So this will get rid of that straight edge that was at the top. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to layer it on top of this one. if I have my adhesive. What did I do with my adhesive? Shucks. I lost my adhesive. It's got to be around here. Ah, there it is. I knew it was close. Sure I have that right. I'm going to check this one more time to make sure I not get this backwards. That lines up right there. Put that right on top. Get some. You want to put a good amount of adhesive on this. No, I think this one is out. I'm going to have to grab my backup here. What's going on here? There we go. I'm just going to roll some on there. And I will add this on top. Make sure, again, that I have that lined up right. And that's going to be my card front. So I've got rid of that straight edge that was on the top. Then, if I wanted to, I can just add these pieces that I had run through before. You can see how to line up there. I'm going to make sure I have it the correct way. And yes, I shouldn't be doing all of this on my platform where I'm working because it could get all sticky, but I'm trying to be careful and it just speeds things up a bit. So let's add that one. That one there. There you have it. Quick and easy. And of course, you can add your dolls, you can add your pool toys, all kinds of fun stuff. You have a stamp to finish off, you can add that, your personalized stamp. Super fun, super easy. So you can go crazy with all your different kind of pattern papers. Now, I was noticing there's some pattern papers that wouldn't work because the way they line up on the paper, it would look kind of weird. Let me show you. So if I had this one here, and I have to run my die through, see, it's not going to fit on there. I'm going to have to go at an angle. Well, then it's going to get weird. When I end up with the die cut, the pattern's going to be off. It's going to be at an angle too. So you've got to make sure you have enough type of, what am I trying to say? Type of pattern paper that has just like this pattern that is not going to get goofed up or look weird when you cut it at an angle. So that's one thing you want to watch for. And I found this one with some dots. Like if you have patterns like with a bunch of stars or, I don't know, little hearts, that might work, but you'll want to test that out. I know like with something with a straight line like this, even though it's not a straight line, it's lined up straight, it's not going to come out too good. So be careful on that. But otherwise, super, super easy. Right, let's head back over here, see how we're doing on time. Oh, good, we're about right on time. I'm trying to keep this closer to 1 hour. So let's mics and back over to me. All right, let me get rid of that little blank that out. Whoop, we don't want to do that. Hey, what happened there? Now I'm gone. Hang on, I'll find my way back here. I don't know what I did. Oh, gee, let's see. That help? That helps. Okay, but I want to find me. Where am I? Okay, there we go. So again, Thursday night, we will have a flash sale on Thursday night on Stephanie's Crafting Corner. So if you tune in on Thursday, Stephanie's going to be showing off some brand new items that are being, they are actually, the official release is on the 15th, but you will be able to see them on the 14th on Stephanie's Crafting Corner. So she's going to show off the card samples with that. And I'm sure she's going to demo some items as well. So you want to make sure you save the date for that. Again, that's this Thursday, March 14th. We should be here. We'll be in the middle of a move and we'll be trying to do Crafting Corner at the same time. So I would say I would appreciate your prayers because it's going to be a crazy time, but we'll try to make it happen. All right. And let's see, what else do we have? I can get rid of that. What else did I made a couple little slides. Oh, I told you about that. Excuse me, the March card kit goes out this Friday. So Card Kit Club members, something to look forward to coming up. And let's see. I think that just about covers everything. We'll get into our... let's see. What did I have on the pool? I had some fun facts. I forgot to bring those up. Let's find that real quick. Couple interesting things that you might not know about pools. Let's see. The first pool was built more than 5,000 years ago. Somewhere in Pakistan, it says. And let's see, that's pretty long ago. And then in Britain, in the 1800s, there were 6 indoor pools. I would like to see how they built that with diving boards. So I wouldn't have thought that indoor pools had been around that long. So back in the mid 1800s, and if you were in England, they had indoor pools, and it sounds like they were covered and everything. So that's pretty cool. And diving boards. Let's see. No, we don't care about that one. Let's see, the White House, interesting, has 2 swimming pools. It has an indoor pool and an outdoor pool. So one of each. I've never seen those on any of the pictures that I've seen of the White House. I've never seen a pool, and I've never been there. So maybe if you've been there, you've seen a pool. I'm not sure. Who do you think has the most pools in the United States? Well, it kind of makes sense. California has the most pools. We have the most people, so that would make sense. And we have nice weather out here. So we have, if I had a drum roll, how many would you guess? 100,000? 500,000? A million? 2 million? Well, it's right in there, right in between. We have, I'm not sure exactly when they took this poll, but 1.23 million pools in California. And then there's also another 40,000 commercial pools. So I guess that would be like at hotels or maybe amusement park type stuff, or government programs like YMCA type things where there's pool. What else? The deepest pool is called Nemo 33 in Brussels. It's 113 feet deep. That is a pool. Now, Brussels is in Europe, but I don't know, maybe they practice diving or something like that. And it says they have to they keep the pool at 86 degrees, obviously to be comfortable. And then it says so that the divers who swim don't have to worry about hypothermia. Wow. I would not want to have to worry about hypothermia when I was diving, swimming in a pool. So if you want to go to a really deep pool, it's only 113 feet down to the bottom. I'm sure you have to wear suits and all kinds of crazy stuff to be under that kind of pressure, but a little bit of fun stuff about pool. I don't know, when I was a kid, I always liked swimming, especially when it's super, super hot. We had a pool that had a slide and also a diving board. I remember a few times, I don't know if you guys ever had that our pool had to get drained. It was cleaned out or something for some reason. And we would go down there and like skate in it. I wasn't a crazy skateboarder, but I remember being in with cousins, like kind of skating around in the bottom of our empty pool. So that is a memory when I think about pools. So some little information for you. If you have a pool, enjoy it. It's nice on those hot days to have a pool, but they are a lot of work, right? A lot of maintenance. But anyhow, the 5x7 pool foldit won't have that much maintenance to deal with. So they're super easy, super fun. You can have some fun with that die set. All right, on to sorry I didn't get those facts right at the beginning of the pool. I meant to time that, but I forgot. So we have a fun video here. I think I can grab it. Let's see. So this is our good news section, kind of, and it's just meant to have some positive. Make sure this is not playing yet. No. They're trying to give me a commercial, so let's play through this commercial. Anyhow, we want to do in this section, and maybe you, because sometimes I have a hard time finding things like this, but I would like to have something fun, something that would interest all of us, and that's kind of good news, maybe help somebody, or it's a little bit funny, and this one's kind of a combination of that, so I like this story. So I'm going to show it to you. I'll play it on the computer here. It takes a little bit less than 2 minutes for the full segment. And then we will, after we do this little short video, we'll go ahead and get out our Bibles. If you have your Bible, you can get it out and ahead of time. We'll be in Matthew 6, all right? So let's watch this video and make sure I have my sound playing here. I had my sound off a little bit ago, so that should be on. And I'm going to switch over. And again, this is about 2 minutes long, but it's a kind of a fun story. Maybe you guys will like it. I liked it. I thought it was kind of humorous and cute and fun. If you know any good news stories like this, or I guess maybe you could send me a link to one, and maybe we'll play it on here sometime. I don't know. But I have a hard time finding these kind of stories. So again, I got this from somebody else. So here we go. Switch that over, and this is going to come up. Yep. Let's see what we have here. And I need to turn.
Kevin Bacon is a gentle giant. He's a 450-pound pig who loves taking walks, meeting new people, and more than anything, eating donuts. Brighton resident Jake Mulgard was home Friday night when his wife discovered something unusual.
Friday night around 8 o'clock, I'm watching TV and my wife comes in the room and says, Jake, I think there's a pig on our driveway camera. And I'm like,
uh-oh, he escaped.
Kevin Bacon was standing at their back door. He wandered from a nearby hobby farm and wanted to say hello. Mulgard made a few phone calls and found his owner,
sorry about that,
who was out of town for the weekend.
Yeah, that's definitely my pig. He's a big black pig? I said, yeah. He's like, yeah, his name is Kevin Bacon. And he's actually a little lonely.
Gotta like that
so he's
name, Kevin Bacon.
Company.
With
pretty good one, right?
From the Kenosha Sheriff's Department, the Mulgard family brought Kevin home, a 1-mile walk that took an incredible 2.5 hours. At one point, Jake's daughter Chloe had to climb on Kevin's back to get him going.
I like Oreo cookies.
The owner
That's pretty
said
funny when they were riding the pig there, right?
I thought that was funny. Back and he likes to run at that point.
The Mulgards lured Kevin home with Oreo cookies and anything else they found in the fridge. Not only did they get him back home,
ooh, donuts too. Wow.
They made a friend for life.
I wonder how he got that big.
We wanted to adopt him immediately, and I said we don't have a place to put a 450-pound pig, but yeah, they fell in love with him right away.
Good boy. Here we have Kevin back home safe and sound, maybe a little tuckered out from his 1-mile walk, but he appears to be in good spirits. In Kenosha, Jeffrey Zamponte, TMJ4 News.
All right. Let's turn that off and back over to me. Oh, that next story didn't look as good, right? That poor gal looked like she was in trouble. So we had a little bit of fun there. I hope you like that. Let's see what happened to our chat here. All right, let's see. Okay, if you have your Bibles, you want to break those out. I think everything's still working here. I see my chat kind of died there for a little bit, so let's see what's going on. Oh, my chat. Yeah, Kevin Bacon, great name, right, for a pig. So something fun anyhow. So if you guys have stories like that, I don't know, I hope you can just find those in life. Sometimes we just need things that are encouraging, fun. We just need to lighten up and enjoy life, and you know, I think that's important that we do that. All right, I'm going to get out my Bible. Again, I can show you what it looks like. Now, when I go to church or anything like that, of course, I bring my regular Bible. I do like to have a regular Bible because I can write on it, and I like to do that, mark it up, highlight things. But this is what mine looks like on my iPad. And make sure my sound's working here. Everybody's with me. On my iPad, and you can switch around. They have daily messages they can send you. This is called YouVerse, or you've. Let's see, maybe it'll show us. It's YouVersion, the Bible app, and I like it. Tons of different Bibles. There's something for everybody. So if you like that, great. I can just type on here, pulls up Matthew 6, and I can be at my verse really quick. So, whoop, that's not good. Fade to black, Ken. I hope that you guys have been thinking about praying some, and it's important that we do that. Jesus, again, told us that men ought to always pray, and that would be men and women. We ought to always pray and not give up or quit, and that is in seeking God's help. And I think all of us are definitely certain that we do need God's help, right? And it's important that we ask God for help. And for me, I try my best to try to pray some in the morning and throughout the day, but it's a good way to get our mindset in alignment with God if we do it one of the first things as we start the day. Once we get busy and we get into our routine, and you know how life gets crazy, sometimes it's something we can easily forget. So that does happen to me sometimes, but I try my best to spend some time praying about situations, things. God would just guide me, and that I would just stay, connected with him. It helps me to stay a little bit focused each day. So we're going to read the prayer, and we're going to zoom in kind of on verse 10 today. And so starting with verse 9, Jesus was saying, he said, Jesus said, "In this manner, therefore, pray, Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name, your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever." So it's a very short prayer, and I think it's one that we could all pray if we want. And we talked about before, we want to pray, but we don't want to just get in a routine where we're just praying kind of the same things over and over and over. And let me pull up the verse that we'll be looking at here real quick. 1 second. I think that will pop up there. There we go. So that's the specific verse. We're kind of breaking this prayer down a little bit each week. Last week we talked about how God is our Father in heaven, and we have a good Father. He cares about us. And today we're focusing in on where it says, "Your kingdom come and your will be done on earth as it is in heaven." And this is, I think, just about the most important part of the prayer. Let me switch back over to me. Not sure why it's doing that. Let's see. We can get Ken back over here maybe. Cut. Nope. That's not going to work. Let's see. How do I get back over here? Sorry about this. Technical difficulty here. Off, on. No, that's not good. I've never had this problem. Oh, there we go. Now I should be able to get back over here. No. There we are. Sorry. Okay, so I feel like this is the most important part of the prayer. And it's we're wanting to be in God's will and not our own. So we might be asking for things, or we might be asking God for help. And it might be a prayer that seems even, legitimate to us and something that's important to us. And yet, God might have a plan or something that is even better for us than we could have thought of or could even imagine. So if we understand that God knows everything, right? All the time. He knows the past. He knows the present. He knows the future. He knows everything about us. He knows what will be best for us and maybe what would not be so good for us. So that's why we want to be asking when we pray that it's not our will being done, but it's God's will being done. We want things to be here on earth just like they are in heaven. And we can only do that if we are making sure that we're in agreement with God. So one of the things I like to do when I pray is, I'll say, "Hey, God, I'm asking about these things, but it always comes back to, I know you know what is best. So I'm just going to trust that you're going to do that." And so that's where we get back to, we want God's will to be done above our own. If we want to do things our own way some of the time, I think God will allow us to. It might not be to our benefit, and it might cause us a lot of problems down the road. But if we're really seeking after God and his will and his kingdom, I think it's going to be for our benefit. So we really want to focus on that, trying to make sure that we're asking for God's will to be done, knowing again that he knows everything and he knows what's best. And we're going to trust that whatever his will is for our lives, that's going to be best. And for example, when Jesus was, if you turn to, or if you have a chance, you want to check this out, in Luke chapter 22, it was after Jesus is in the garden, and it's just Garden of Gethsemane, I think is how you say it, just prior to when he would be going to the cross, and he was praying. And he said, this is Jesus' own words, he says, "Father, if it is your will, take this cup away from me, but nevertheless, not my will, but yours be done. So even Jesus was asking, he knew what was lying ahead of him in the cross and very difficult times. And yet his prayer was, hey, Father, if there's a different way that we could solve this problem and we could save the people of this world, hey, let's do things that way. But he says, but nevertheless, not what I want, but your will be done. That's what Jesus prayed. So a good example for us to follow. We want to be connected with God in such a way that we're making sure it's his kingdom and his will being done, not our kingdom and our will being done, right? So very, very important. I think we all want to remember that as part of our prayer. So I think that would be it. Again, our Father in heaven and God's kingdom. And one thing I wanted to say, you might hear some people say, well, if you were praying this, it might mean like if you're praying and you're asking for something, but you said, but God, I just want your will be done. So when your prayer doesn't get answered the way you hope, some people will say, you're just using that as like a way out because you lack faith. There's this group of people and they're Christians and maybe they're just a little bit off, but they kind of have this like name it and claim it thing where you can ask God for anything and he says he's going to give it to you. And if you don't get it, then it just means you don't have enough faith. So I want you to know that is not true. God sometimes has a different will for us, a different plan for us than we expected. And so we can rest in that when our prayers don't work out the way we expected or life doesn't work out the way we expected. We know that God has a perfect plan for us and his will is going to be better for us even than, what we could think up for ourselves. And that is comforting and encouraging to know that I can rest and I don't have to worry or be afraid. I can just say, God, I'm just going to trust you. And if you're in that place or that position where, you're going through a challenging time and things aren't working out the way you hope, I hope you can find rest in the Lord and that you can know that you can trust him and he'll be there for you. So that's great. That is it. We're done. A little bit over an hour. Again, if you keep practicing on these things, a few weeks ago we were talking about just having that positive outlook on life, being thankful. Keep working on that. If you want to, develop your prayer life, excuse me, even more, that would be awesome because God is always available and he's always interested in hearing from us. So if you want to pray, start in the day, end in the day, anytime in between, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you can always pray. And the example for us is always Jesus. And the Bible says he spent a lot of time in prayer. Sometimes he's praying through the night, sometimes starting the day with prayer, a lot of times just alone by himself. So it's important that we follow that example. All right, everybody, I want you to have a great rest of the day, Tuesday. Again, we would appreciate your prayers. Stephanie and I and the family, we're going to need lots of patience and lots of grace. We have a small team of guys, a moving company come to help us, so that will make a big difference. But we are going to need your prayers, and not just for our move, but all the time. We want to make sure that we're staying connected with God, just like I'm sure you guys want to. So anytime you want to pray for us, we would love it. If you need prayers for anything, you can add it into the comments or the chats here. I will try to see them, but even better, if when this episode is finished, if you add it to the comment section down below the video, it should post, within a half hour or something like that. Add your prayer there and I will watch for it and I will find it and I will make sure that I pray for you. And it's important that we lift each other up and encourage each other. And prayer is powerful and can change our lives and our outlooks on life. And again, so we can experience some rest and peace and joy. And, God really wants us to enjoy and have fun in life. So I hope you are able to do that. All right. Have a great rest of your Tuesday again. Thanks for joining me. I will see you on the plans Thursday night. And then I'll be back again with one of these episodes next Tuesday. We're getting closer to the hour limit. Again, this is kind of funny, but a long time ago, I thought this would be like 15, 20 minutes. But I guess I have a lot to talk about, more than I thought. So God bless you all today. Have a wonderful day. I will try to sign us out here. And let's see if I can find my little slide. Where are you? There we go. Nope, not that one. Let's see. I can do it. There we go. Okay, bye. Have a great day. I will see you soon. Take care, all of you. Adios. Bye-bye.